Okay, good morning and happy Saturday. Get this week's tips from Larry Wilson, strong safety. But today is Saturday, so there should be two of them today. Two legends. So we got updated to it. And Sharpe. No, Sterling Sharpe. I think that's his brother. Sharpe's brother. Because Shannon Sharpe was a tight end. I think that's a W. Oh! I don't know much about Sterling Sharpe. Let's go check him out. Sterling Sharpe. Sterling Sharpe is a former American football wide receiver analysis for the NFL Network. He attended the University of Southern Carolina and played from 1988 to 1994 with the Green Bay Packers in a career shortened by injuries. Yeah, I think that's his brother. He's supposed to be really smart. And Shannon's on CBS with James Brown. Sterling is on one of the ESPN crews on a different network. Yeah, he's kind of a funny guy. And yeah, there's Shannon. That's his brother, Shannon Sharpe, and Shannon with an N with a T-E-R. Oh, pretty sure that's his brother. Sibling, Shannon Sharpe, brother. It's age 52 from Chicago, from Barack Obama's place. Oh, yeah. Well, let's get a look at Sterling. It's an interesting choice of person to give a legend card to. Let's see, we need... we're not go deep, we are run block. Yeah. And we need that one. Times 2 there. See what stamp we got this month. And we got 95 catch, 94 catch in traffic, 94 spectacular catch, 94 awareness, 92 speed, 94 acceleration. Here's our 88 stamp, 88 route. Yeah. So safe. Okay. Extremely likely. Versatile. Anyway, in there. So yesterday was Friday. We had Larry Wilson in there. Today is Saturday. Let's go there. The 20th. Oh. And we have Larry Wilson. And Sterling Sharpe. Yep, same perk. There's an R and an R in there. Take thing it means. Oh. So there's saying SST. Anyway, so in there, we had our grid on the card and a bumper, and we've got an 88 stamp right there, and in that sense, they had that, and they said the route was there. Oh, come on. 88 route. So let's go back to Xbox. which the threshold for the offense on that wide receiver is 91. Very good. That is good. That's really good. Legends. And should be overall. Don't see a Sterling up there. Like Archer, Sterling Archer. That's the silver piece. Oh. There it is. 95 overall, 625. Alright. Let's go here. He is, 88 stamp route running. So the feature of this month has been that 88. Beforehand, it wasn't. The highest one here, it's been January. I think it's January of 2018 in there. And the stamp of this month has been 88. Do you understand? Oh. No. We're way beyond that. And nope. Much apparently we are. Do you understand? So, that's in Han talk, if you forget what it means. Sterling Sharpe will not be able to help us in that Sharpe clean route. And so, we go to Wilson instead. The second legend. The Twitch Prime legend. Instead of, wait, he's the Twitch legend. Yeah, that, no, he's blue, dude. He's blue. No. There we go. Physical front, 560 already. We actually can get him today. If it happened. So it's January in there. Some might not know what month or year it is. In there. Let's go here. Saturday, January 2018, like a cipher or acronym, nickname. They drop some of the data from it. Oh, that's 18. Oh, and then you say the day, which is the 20th, and oh, but January is also the which month of the year? First. Oh, so 1/20. 1/20/18. And might need to see that Eli Whitney machine. You know, growing that into publicity code to thinking at me. Yeah. Didn't realize that. But I'll get back to that some other time. Yeah. That's okay. So now Wilson. Let's get a look at his stat. Oh, we didn't use MUT for the meter. Let's go here. That's Sterling Sharpe. And route and height are a problem here. 88 route running question. If he was 3+ inches taller, is he less than 6 feet? Yep, he's 5'11" and not 6'2". Okay, that is a math problem in there. So 5'11" on a dial, that's 1. That would be 5'12". We know that as 6 feet. And then another one on the scope there. And another one on the scope there. Do you understand? Where are you getting ones from? Where do you... Oh. Like microscope of magnification. Oh. Oh, yeah. So we're turning the dial of scope into height. Yeah. into 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. And those 3 give us 3 inches count from 5'11" in there to 6'2". Base 10 is more of a logic reason to work with. In Europe, I believe the centimeter is somewhat of a base 10. And that is a complexity in there, but it isn't. Centimeter is, there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter, and it's not quite base 10, 10 times 10, or log 10 in that nature. Might not have a similarity that one would want to appreciate. That's where, oh, but we are not in Europe, we are in the US system. That's why a foot is equal to 12 in there, which it would be Europe, because that's their messed up dime slug energy type thing that means. Correct. That's actually us. That's why we have the US system, not the US European system of measurement in there. And they, for accuracy. Yep. There still stays base 10 with that, with 1,000 millimeters. Do you understand? That is the foot. That is the European system. Oh, right. That's what I thought. That's. U.S. measurement system. Let's go here. And yep. And that's Europe. That is Europe, yes. This might take an extreme reverse thing to it. Yeah. United States of America map. Do you understand? That also is Europe. Yeah. We have a system with 12 inches in a foot. That's our system. Yeah. That's. Now on from Shannon Sterling to Larry Wilson, a wide receiver in there. It's a strong safety. I believe the comment said that he should, if he was 3+ inches taller. And then we looked up his height at 6'5" in there. There's the 5 right there. So he is 8'5", and that means 5'11". And in there, we then covered the height of moving him up 3 inches in height. I don't understand that. I don't. Oh. There we go. Oh, then he would be 3'3". But you never showed the height of him in there. I don't oh, it's 3. Ew. Okay. And no worries. It's good to ask, but most asked questions sometimes have a different paradox or paradigm behind them in a Pericles sense. Oh. Because all oracles are jokes anyway. Let's see. You should get an 88 stamp somewhere, and he did. Hold on here. Let's go here. Now Larry Wilson in that. Got an 88 stamp, but I might not care about it. I have 700. And this guy costs 560 from his overall in there. I have no idea why you keep saying, oh, the 5 to make that, right? And the last one here is the check one. That's what I'm trying. You are right in there. The 9s match up on that. Oh, it's two higher, just like the height in there. Excel rows, and that means I don't understand. Oh, those are the same in 9s in that. No, and you count the base one, so it's 3 higher in that one. In this case, they don't count the base in the US system. I don't understand. Oh. Alright, now in there, that guy is the actual overall of that, and those are a subset in the other 5. I've got 770,000, I think, on me in the game, and he's going for like 560 right now. Oh, so I can afford him. Okay, and just totally shut off there. We're looking at an 88 stamp here for January. I saw an 85 in there on his character, and in that 85 it was right there in power as a strong safety that goes from the secondary into the box like a 46 for tackling power. I mean, it's not very good. Yeah. Although you can reassign the 46, I think. I don't really like the 46 in that, but other people do. When these new craze take on, they're like Atkins diets or something, and they'll start insisting love-handle-wise that certain other guys will do so out of nutrition purposes. And the fat of it does not fit the health of it. So it helps because they're losing weight, but it's much like going out of carbohydrates or protein or something like that. Yeah. Oh, and which most of those diets insist on doing. But other people, because it's a can't wait time, then it's gotta be now. Those are bowling pins, and picking up the 710 in the back. You're going to take this and you're going to invert it in that means, and then you should have the lines of a 46 with the strong safety in the box. Oh! I don't really like it for a hinge pitch, something that means. It'll probably be there. Coming up to it, if they can't use your closed tourniquet, that gap side, to a toss or stretch play. In that stretch, a lot of people imagine that the right in and left in would be on top of each other with the nose tackles in that sense. Oh, you only get one. If more blockers get over on the hinge to the left, then they'll get in from the left end and then pass their strong safety and linebackers with pulled slot guards. Yeah, that's fairly weak against the run. And the guards will be there before the rest of the pull line and just start beating up the reserves in that. If it's straightforward, then it splits the right end and second nose tackle with the first nose tackle and left end, and then with linebackers in that sense and a strong safety. Oh, there's nowhere for them to go. Although sometimes it gets up the middle in there. I personally, if it's more spread than pinched, I guess. Yep. Oh. Theoretically, you can spread a team out further, and that would take care of the in. But geometrically, everything else is still not in a contained spread. Like with 3 people or something like that. Well, yeah, you could put it in an over. So it's the ultimate defense. But I don't like so. I don't like it. And other people do. They do. A 3-4 does not have this hinge here. Technically it does. It's got a left in, but it's also got a left outside linebacker. I have no idea what that who's actually stationed contained outside the left end and not in the interior of the left end, which I guess the 46 does. Therefore, by definition, where they can put their hands down in the three-point technique or stand after the three-point technique, yeah, it's that. But you could crash the other people to it. You could crash a cornerback to it as well. I don't understand why that. A cornerback is usually about 260, they're about 205 or something like that, or 210. A left outside linebacker like Zombo is 260, and that means so you're gaining 55 pounds of tackling type thing by having a different substitution in there. However, the tackling from the cornerback might be higher. That's where. Oh. Then I am just making up funny numbers. Yeah. See there? And then. You put that on the paradigm of an Atkins like Maslow triangle, and there's no way we can make that decision. That's let alone attempt to even explain it so that somebody can fix what you were explaining and go back to what they were doing. Okay, hey man, that show's gonna rock. Dakota fan joined that. Oh man, Luke Evans, Daniel Brohl. The Alienist is a VDOC period of not Shakespeare, VDOC. Yeah, Sherlock Holmes, like 1895, gas lamps, 1910. Woodrow Wilson, president, I think that means. Theodore Roosevelt. This is the first time people started investigating Scotland Yard serial killers, like Silence of the Lambs. Sweet! That show, no, yeah, that show is awesome. Whatever, yeah, I suppose that's right, yeah. Wilson had 3 interceptions, but that if they captured that right, that should be really cool in there. None of you would remember what gas lamps are because you're millennial age type thing that means, and none of that stuff would make sense. But during that time, was some of the beginning of their investigation, fingerprint or DNA samples weren't possible then, but fingerprints were starting to become vogue. In that with individual scroll patterns in our fingers, Vesuvian, Da Vinci in there, none being very unlikely in permutation combination to be alike. I didn't know that. And so they started doing that with fingerprints on evidence. Oh, study of scrolls and other patterns on there, and they should. And in that sense, I believe Dakota Fanning, who's done work with Denzel Washington, Man on Fire, and War of the Worlds, and although that is bloody, and she's worked with K-Stu and New Moon in there. And she's really, really good. Yeah. No, stop. And that's her in that. And the red eyes in the bottom corner, that's also her here. That's her in the moon. And the new moon. Whoa. That is a fairly intense Sharpe intellect check. Kind of a Drew Barrymore millennial. in that. Pick certain parts. Once she got her own freedom in that means, she's 23 years old. She developed, I guess, kind of the Sylvia Plath way in that means. I didn't know her first name was Hannah. She goes by her middle name, Dakota. And, that's interesting. Because the later roles, I believe, are her choices, and not Kay Stu's like her best friend. Yeah. And not forced upon choices. She had choice of which movies she wanted to take, which means she chose at her age, like Jennifer Lawrence with The Hunger Games, to be in the Aliens movie, and I am like super stoked about that. Yeah. Series on TNT starts January 22nd. Marie, the inventor with the radioactive, she's like that level of intelligence type thing that means. If she decided to take out her time to join the series and put her name with it, it's probably a good script. And it's about Scotland Yard serial killers, and they're like, how are we going to catch them? We should never even attempt this type of thing. We're not going to do it with magic or gut intuition. Although I want to use some of my gut on this particular guy, we're going to use science. Oh yeah. So it. And they're going to hunt these guys down with science and the higher intellect of their reason to prove this evidence and gather evidence and get them in prison. And like all the bad doers, I guess, in that, the Jack the Rippers of that time. And I think some of them are starting to catch on to it, that there's this crew out there formed like CSI. And so if they end up talking to them and things like that. Gross. Well, I'd like to say, good luck. Man, just fix it. No, don't do it yet. So it's... I do lie to you, man. So it's... and it's their competition of these guys being out there. It's the justice of them being out there, though. And, we'll see which way they take that, and them getting to know the serial killer. Or getting, because at that time it was fringe science, with Walter and massive dynamics. So it seemed weird that anybody was attempting that type of science as a norm before DNA analysis, and DNA helix, double helix trees, and things like that. Oops. And I think, and she's in there. That's Dakota Fanning. I'm not sure if her face is picking her up. And that's her name in there. Whoops. And that's the show, and it's January 22nd. Today's January 20th, so we got 2 more days.